Sometimes people are good, and they do just what they should. But the very same people who are good sometimes are the very same people who are bad sometimes. It's funny, but it's true. It's the same, isn't it, for me? And sometimes
you would think that we would be better at moviegoing since we do so much of it, but actually, we're not always as good as we thought. There have been 3 times that we have made particularly gross errors in our movie-going choices. And I'm not talking about the time we saw Eddie Murphy's Dr. Dolittle, or I had the great idea of taking Anne to the phenomenal Oscar-worthy movie Philomena. I still don't regret that, though I understand. Or seeing Never Let You Go before my brother's kidney donation. Those are mistakes, but those fine. The 3 mistakes I'm going to talk about today are more kind of like significant mistakes. One of them is back when we were in Minnesota. When we were in Minnesota, we would go up to White Bear Lake, about a half hour north of ours, of where we were, to see first run movies. They were cheaper, and we'd go there, I think it was on Wednesday nights, so we'd go up on Wednesday nights. And one time we decided to go up to see A Simple Plan. Got good reviews, everyone was all excited about it. It did not go well. Half-hour ride back, holy cow, we were on completely different pages. We were married about 1.5 years at that point, and I don't think we'd had a knockdown, drag-out fight until we saw A Simple Plan. Anne thought it was the dumbest movie ever. Unbelievable character development, stupid plot, no way anyone could be that dumb. I didn't love the movie, but I thought she was totally missing it, and it just irritated me that someone so intelligent would be missing and oversimplifying this much. We were so angry at one another. We were screaming. I had to stop the car in the middle of the street. We were a half mile from home because I was fuming so mad because she just didn't get Simple Plan. Her bad, not mine. Anyway, next mistake is one along the lines. We've made this mistake before when Keanu was, when Vigo was little. We took Vigo to different movies. We tried Incredibles with the Millers. That didn't work. We made it through the short and maybe the opening credits, and then we had to leave. Then we tried again. We took him to March of the Penguins. That was a little better. We made it about 7 minutes into the movie. The problem with March of the Penguins is at that time, Vigo only knew one word for temper variance, and it was hot. And so when you have a little kid in a theater going hot, hot, hot every time it snows, it was packed. It was opening weekend. We saw it at the Downer. There were people standing in the back. We couldn't take a seat. We took them out. No, this is a time in 1999 when we took Jonathan to Star Wars, Phantom Menace. We had introduced him to it, all excited. I'm going to pass my love of Star Wars on to the next generation. You may not know this about Jonathan, not a big Star Wars fan. Maybe his Mandalorian tattoo that he has today throws you off, but holy cow, first Star Wars movie did not go well. I go in, I'm all excited, we buy some popcorn, we go sit down, everything's going well until Jar Jar Binks comes on. To this day, Jonathan doesn't like Jar Jar Binks. If you think it's because he's a stupid character, you would be wrong. Jonathan doesn't like Jar Jar Binks because he's too scary. When Jonathan was 4, he was very scared of Jar Jar Binks. I forced him. I'm like, no, just come on. You'll get used to him. It's not that bad. We kept going. Once we got to the Gungan City and there were Jar Jar Binks all over the place, we had to walk out. I had to leave Star Wars Episode 1. I'd already seen it 4 times, but we had to go after like 15 minutes because Jonathan was too scared of that. The reason why we're here at Westgate Theater in Racine is because this is the place that the 3rd major movie mistake happened. It happened on Valentine's Day in 2006. This theater was still a thing. It wasn't in the process of being torn down. That was not the mistake. I know where to go to see movies. It was because Valentine's Day happens in Oscar season, and in Oscar season means you gotta cram in as many Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Screenwriting nominees as possible. We had to go to a movie, we have babysitting coverage, we had to go to a movie that nailed as many of those things. So we went to a movie that had, 6 nominations, 1 Best Actor, we had screenwriting, directing, Best Picture. It was a phenomenal, great movie to go see. I thought it was perfect for Valentine's Day. We went to, for Valentine's Day, I remember this as the best Valentine's Day ever. Anne thinks that when you go to Capote for Valentine's Day, it may not be the best Valentine's Day ever. I guess a gay journalist going after and investigating a gruesome murder is not her idea of romance. Well, that's our 3 movie mistakes. In my defense, I think I do a pretty good job of fulfilling the romantic expectations that Anne brings to our relationship. I think that she would say that I am more than adequate in meeting her Valentine's and romantic needs.
Sometimes people are good, and they do just what they should. But the very same people who are good sometimes are the very same people who are bad sometimes. It's funny, but it's true. It's the same, isn't it, for me? And sometimes people